Tom Gower of Football Outsiders, writing for ESPN.com, predicts that the Bills, with a more mature offense, will be the team most likely to go from worst to first in the AFC East this year. Gower gives the Bills a 21% chance of winning their division, followed by the Texans, Buccaneers, Redskins, and Rams. Wow, the Bills winning their division means they're beating the Patriots. I need you to tell me, do you agree with that, Steve?
No, I do not agree with that. I respect the Bills. I think their defense is big time. I think their offense has a lot of potential, but I think Emmanuel is still a bit too young. Even though I love Sammy Watkins, who the Cleveland Browns should have drafted, by the way, but that's their loss. But I'm not going with the Bills because you can't convince me that all of a sudden they're gonna rise to the occasion and they're going to be somebody bigger than the New England Patriots. Scratch that dream. Number one. Number two, the Texans don't have a quarterback. Scratch them out. Number three, the Buccaneers in the wrong division. Scratch them out. And then I look at St. Louis. I know their defense is elite, particularly their front seven with their pass rushers. I like them, but there's questions about their offense with Sam Bradford. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, even though I am not going to pick them to win the division just yet, I'm rolling with the Redskins to be a team that has the best shot of going from worst to first. First of all, they're not 3-13. They're better than that. Secondly, and more importantly, I'm tired of hearing my loved ones' mouths in the nation's capital. All of y'all will get on my nerves. I'm being nice today. Thirdly, and more importantly, let me tell you something about the Redskins right now. Number one, Robbie Griffin III isn't going to run for 120 times like he did in 2012, which got him injured under Shanahan's system. He's going to get a chance to prove that he's a classic pocket passer. We've got Morris coming out of the backfield, but that's really first and second downs. If you know anything about Gruden, the new coach for the Washington Redskins, he loves using pass catchers out of the backfield, which is Salou Jr. You know, he's a really good pass catcher out of the backfield. I think that's going to help them immensely. Then you got Deshaun Jackson with the Pierre Garçon. But I told you last year, Skip, and you got to give me credit because you slept on me originally with this. I told you I love that boy Jordan Reed. I liked him a lot. And now he's going to get an opportunity because Gruden loves using his tight ends. Yep. So I expect their offense to be significantly upgraded. I think they're going to have they're going to have a versatile attack because they can run and pass the ball. I think you'll see Morris used heavily. I think you'll also see RG3 running less, but efficiently. He's going to pick his spots a little bit better. I think that will help them. It's all about the offensive line and their ability to protect him. We'll see what they do there. Defensively, Haslett, who was the coach in the UFL for Gruden. He was Gruden's boss then. Gruden obviously returned the favor, kept him on board, and gave him complete autonomy because, according to numerous reports, Haslett was continuously overruled by Shanahan. Yep. He wanted to be passive. He didn't want to be aggressive. He's going to let Haslett be aggressive. We know Haslett loves to attack the quarterback, which means Arakpo is going to have an opportunity to step up. We'll see what he does, which means Kerrigan's going to have an opportunity to step up. We'll see what he does. And your boy Jason Hatcher is no longer a Dallas Cowboy because he's a member of the Washington Redskins. So with all of those things being considered, and because I have faith in the D'Angelo Williams of the world, people like that, we will see what the Redskins do, but I think their defense is going to be better. I think their offense is going to be vastly improved, and I think the NFC East is going to come down to the Eagles versus the Cowboys, and I'll let you know who I'm picking after I watch them in preseason.
Oh, wow.
Yet, after the all-time great case you just made for the Redskins, you're still not picking them.
No, I have to see preseason.
No.
I have to see preseason. Hold on, wait a minute. Worst to first is based on the list that we saw. Sure. Who is most likely. You always get on me for not answering the question. Now, back to the question. Okay. Well, I go straight to the answer, and now you're knocking me about that?
So you're saying worst to first is Redskins, but they're not going to win.
No, they have the best shot.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet, but they have the best shot of going worst to first of the teams on that list.
All right.
By the way, you did not mention our man Ryan Clark.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, he's also going to be shoring up the back end of that defense. And I love the nickname that their assistant coach Raheem Morris gave him. Did you see that?
Ryan
Bristol.
Clark?
Bristol.
Calls him Bristol.
Call him Bristol.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's beautiful.
You know what?
Bristol, baby.
It's apropos, because we know where Ryan Clark's trying to come work once he's finished playing.
Well, I think he already does work.
He
deserves
He deserves it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to trump you on this one because I'm already on record. I'm picking the Redskins to win the division. I'm out there on this one. I've been doing it for a couple of months. But you can have several teams go from worst to first. We're just talking about within the division. Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah.
And I think you're sleepy. You just passed right over one team that I'm definitely picking to win this division.
Oh.
I love me some Lovey's team.
Oh.
Lovey's new
No,
team.
I don't love Lovey's team that much.
That's interesting.
I don't.
Josh McCown, a quarterback, throwing to Vincent Jackson and Mike Evans,
Okay.
Johnny's former target at Texas A&M.
Johnny made him. He should congratulate
You make
him.
that
That's
case.
what you said.
But maybe Josh will help make him too. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
We know Josh McCown. He's pretty good. I
Yes.
think you'd have to say he had a pretty good year.
He had a
in
pretty
place
good
of
year.
Jay
Far
Cutler.
better than Jay Cutler.
Well, he did. I got to give you that one.
Right.
Doug Martin he's pretty great to me.
Okay.
And I think he's healthy. And then that defense, the harder I look, the more I see. With Gerald McCoy anchoring that defense, and now they've got both Barron and Golson at safety, and Mike Jenkins and Werner that they got from Tennessee at corner. That is big time to me. Jeff Tedford's coming in from Cal. I'm not sure how it's going to work running the offense, but I'm intrigued. And with Lovey coaching the defense, I just think they could be as good as anybody in that division. I give them a great shot if we're just doing best shots.
Okay.
I like their shot. And I'm going to throw in one little caveat at the end.
Okay.
Worst to first.
Okay.
If Johnny Manziel does start game one for the Cleveland
Lord.
Browns,
Here we go with Johnny.
I give them a shot, man. I think some electricity will be propelled through that team. And I think there are enough pieces in place on that team. It could get off to a hot start, and you just might be surprised. You were making the case back to me. Well, Pittsburgh might not be ready, and this could be
I
a
said
shootout
for
with the
week
Saints.
1, Skip.
Okay.
I didn't say anything about week 8, week 10, week 14.
You know what?
Week 1.
That schedule gets a little easier the deeper you get into it. To me, to my eye, that schedule is
Cleveland,
winnable.
listen, Josh Gordon had 1,600 yards receiving. The next leading receiver had how much? Like 700? After that, about 300-400. They don't have anybody.
Miles
and
Austin?
they passed up on Sammy Watkins.